What are you filming? Lens cap is on.
What? So, yeah. I kind of just don't care anymore. I'm kind of ballsy about things, and I'm like, I just tell people straight up, like, my name is Nick now, or Nicholas, and that's that, you know? So what? Everybody's like, oh, okay, well, yeah. Or if they do care, my plan is when I'm at work to be doing this at work. If they do care, and if it is an issue, then I'm just gonna walk away. I don't need to deal with other people's problems. So, yeah. That's that. Yeah, feel very good. Confident. Yeah. Alright, talk soon. I feel frustrated sometimes. I think the anger is more frustration of being prevented from doing things. One example of this is my name change application. I put this in, it was after seeing my mom. I saw my mom in May. She chose a name for me, which I wanted her to decide before I submitted it. So it's been since May. It's now almost October 1st. So 5 months. They've sent it back to me 3 times, I think. I put right on the application that the reason for the change was to change genders, so it's very obvious why and what's going on. And so the first time they sent it back to me was because I put an accent over the 3rd or 4th letter in my middle name, because it's Renee. And I had thought Renee had an accent in it, and that's how I always wrote it when I wrote my full name on any government form, on anything. So they sent it back to me saying, no, officially there is not an accent over the E in Renee in my middle name. So I had to then correct that mistake, cross it out, and then initial it, and have the governing counselor initial it as well. So, and then I went through and had to put brackets around any mistakes and initial it, and have the Ontario representative also initial it. So going through it and then bringing it back up to the Toronto district office here, which is, for me, it's minimum of an hour away from my home. So I have to travel about an hour and a half to take it to the office. Then I have to wait in line. Depending on the time of day, I might be able to get there. And then they have agreed to put it in with their paperwork to send to North Bay. North Bay is the only place that processes these applications. I then received it back recently, about a week ago, saying that I had to go get fingerprinted and be run through the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and FBI services for my fingerprints. Because there was a community complaint or something like this. So I'm not sure if this is linked to the complaint that my ex put in, who said I was crazy, or when I went to be fingerprinted, which I want to mention too, it's $140 to change your name, and to be fingerprinted is $70. So when I went in there, there was a sign that said, if you've ever been fingerprinted, you will have a criminal record. To pardon that record, you have to submit your fingerprints to blah blah. There's a process. So I had it done for the records, to have the records mailed to me if there's anything. And I believe there is, because when I was in my early 20s in art school, I made a film about a friend of mine. And we were running around a park up in North Toronto with a film camera, and she had some costume on, and there's nobody in the park. So, and it's between a highway that's in a valley and a highway that's kind of on a bridge over top, and then there's some factories at the top of this valley. This park is kind of like halfway down the valley. Somebody had called the police saying we were trying to break into some uh, shack or something and trying to live in there. So that there's some like structure in the park that we were nearby, and somebody called the police accusing us of being squatters trying to break into the building there. Because of that, and possibly because of my ex's accusations about me, I don't know which it is. There may be something about that, which will include going back to be fingerprinted another $70, to have it pardoned, to be sent back the information, and then going back to be fingerprinted again, another $70, to have a clear record to give to the change of name people. And I failed to mention something. Oh yeah, when they sent it back to me to get the police record check, they said go to your local police station. So I was nervous as all hell going there. Reason being is it seems anytime there's police and me in the same area, like they want to arrest me. Like I'm so it's like I can't even be at home. My neighbor is like calling the police because he's leaving moldy 2x4s and like fucking doing construction at 2 in the morning, and accuses me of like being the dirty one. It's like, but yeah. So there's that, and like I go and do laundry, and I'm having a cigarette outside in the cop shop. What are you doing here? I'm like, doing laundry. And like, why are you sitting on that? Like I was sitting on some ledge or something because I was out back. I'm like, well, because the laundromat doesn't have a bench to sit on. Where else am I gonna sit? My back is sore. They're like, well, you should sit in a proper chair. I was like, what? You know, like, they wanted to arrest me for doing laundry. What can I say? Like, I can't do anything. So yeah, my hindrances around like going out and doing anything until my ID is sorted out is like I kind of don't want to do anything anymore, you know? Like, so I had to go to my local, and I went in there and they didn't even look at me for a good 5-10 minutes. I guess to make me nervous or something. So I just went around, looked at all the pictures. Apparently they had a nice big hockey team and they won some plaque or something for something else. And so I'm wandering around. There's three guys sitting at desks answering phones. I don't know what they're doing. Finally, a woman comes over to me, a policewoman, and asked me if I've been helped. And I said, no, I haven't. Can you help me out? She's like, what do you need? And I said, I have a name change application. I need to get all my records from you guys, if there is anything. She's like, oh, you're in the wrong place. You have to go up to this place, and the place to get fingerprinted, which was in Scarberia, we call it, Scarborough. So, and that takes 2 hours to get to. So, yeah, that's that story. So I'm in the stage of waiting for that to come back, waiting for me to send it again. So it just gets tedious and wearing and wearing, and it's like, yeah, I'm really sure I don't want that name. I'm sure. It's November 22nd. 26, 2011. I got a letter from TBPVSB. That's the ministry that takes care of change of name. I got this a couple days ago. It was sent November 9th. I didn't get it till a few days ago though. So we're gonna see what happens, what's inside. Last time I sent it back, they were asking for fingerprints and a check from the RCMP to see if I had a criminal record or any police records. They attached an envelope, which they haven't done before. What is this? It says, please provide a police record check in the name Nicole Renee Marie Torok. So, I guess my police record check wasn't in the right name. I think he wrote down Nick instead of Nicole Renee Marie Torok. So, it's really frustrating. I mean, this will be the, once I have this check done and get the record back, it'll be the 4th time that I'm sending it in. So, that's my update for November 26th.
When my friend Kristen first met you, she thought I said Nick Cole.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is my friend Nicole. And she was like, Nick Cole? And I was like, no, Nicole. And she was like, oh, Nicole. Because she thought, she thought you were guys. So she was like, Nick Cole.
Yeah.
That's a good alter ego, though. Nick Cole.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Nick Cole.
Yeah, maybe I should change my name
But,
to
like,
that.
Cole spelled C-O-A-L.
Yeah.
Nick Cole.
It's December 10th, and I went for my change of name to take in my fingerprints again, and because they had the wrong name on it, and they said they didn't make a mistake on the paperwork that they sent into the RCMP. They filled it out according to what the owner of the company said to do and what they've been asked to do by the RCMP, which is fill in the name that I'm changing to on the form, and then my alias would be, or alias would be my given name. So that's why it came back the way it did, and that's how they were told to fill it out properly, but apparently that's wrong, and it seems wrong to me. So I was at the office, and they asked me he was waiting for an email back from the boss to confirm how to fill out the paperwork. So I left for a bit and then came back, and then they wanted me to email the RCMP and email the change of name, the Office of the Registrar General, and I kept kind of asking, are you sure this is how it's done, and are all the names checked? And he said yes, all checked, but he didn't have paperwork confirming that from the RCMP that they checked both names. So I kind of had no proof to give the Office of the Registrar General the checking of all names by the RCMP. So I kind of kept asking, are you sure this is the proper way? And he said, well, the only other thing you can do is resubmit with the other name, but then, like, the cost is $70, and then they take a portion of that, and then they have to pay the RCMP $25. So he said, well, we can resubmit it, but you'll have to pay $25. So then I was asking, and he's come in my office, and he just went ahead and resubmitted it with the names reversed, and didn't charge me. I kind of left, and wasn't sure if he wanted to try to charge me the cost or not, but it turned out that he didn't, so that's that, and so I'm going to get the paperwork back with the other name on it to submit to the Office of the Registrar General. I really see it as a mistake on their part, the people who submit it, because it's coming back wrong, and it's come back wrong for other people, so if that's the case, then they should reverse how they're entering in the information, because it's obviously incorrect for the Office of the Registrar General. Yeah, that was my experiences. I've been up since 7 o'clock in the morning. It's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So to give you an idea of the time involved, I got on the streetcar maybe at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then traveled there, and I had to wait, and then traveled. I just came directly home afterwards. I was going to do some errands, but I'm very tired, so I came right home. And so yeah, it takes me from 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon to get one errand for one portion of the paperwork to change my name done. I initially submitted this portion of the paperwork September 21st. It was sent back November 9th to me. I received it November 25th. I've had a back injury and wasn't able to do the paperwork till today, December 10th. The paperwork will be reprocessed and sent back to me, then I'll have to take it back to be delivered from the name change application office here to Thunder Bay, and then hopefully it gets processed and comes back to me. And then from that point, I'll have to take that to a licensing office, to a health card, reissue office, social insurance number, etc. Any ID I have, my union, I'll have to submit that. I'm actually in 2 unions, so I'll have to submit it to 2 unions, and any other official paperwork.